guys, Richard at Ryder's Room here, doing my latest review. This one is for the third Harry Potter film, and much like before, as I said with the others, I don't have the actual films anymore. Used to, but I simply never loved Harry Potter as much as other franchises. As good as Harry Potter films are, they're no The Lord of the Rings, but they're still good. But the books, I've always thought, are at that level, but obviously not as good as the Lord of the Rings book, but at the top of like genuinely among the best books written. Yeah, but I wouldn't give the same love to the films. So I don't own them anymore, but as I always try and keep an actual physical product in front of me for whatever I'm doing a review of, Harry Potter needed to have the same thing. So yeah, this is the third book. Quite nice condition actually. I did read this in 2016, but it looks like I've been very careful with the spine. So yeah, that's for now. So yeah, like before, only going to mention this book and then the previous one, like this film and the previous ones. I'm going to avoid talking about the later ones. It's just, this is meant to be a review of it. And if someone, I mean, obviously there are people out there, but hell, I didn't even watch them until the 2000s. But yeah, if someone like comes across this video, been watching them and saying I start talking about Wham's in books 4 in book 7, film 4 and 7, they're going to be quite annoyed. So no, this is solely up to this. And I'm not going too much into like book v film. This is really just about the film's point. Plus, I haven't read these since 2016, so I'm going to reread them soon, like next year or later this year on the list. But no, this is really just about the film's merits, because that's what you want. I'll probably do a book review eventually, but this is just the film 3. So yeah, I always like this film. Don't want to go into like detail on every single scene or anything. I don't want to be like on those Simpsons DVD commentaries, like the later years when they just ramble on and joke about things that aren't funny, and it's like, honestly, you meant to talk about every little bit you're watching. Like I can never do like a 2-hour film session, then just talk about every single scene. It'd be pretty pointless, to be honest. So I just want to, it's more like the South Park, they just do like a 3 to max 5-6 minute one per episode, and yeah, I think it works better just to talk about the little things. That's what I'm going to do. So basically the main plot is, you know, a guy called Sirius Black has escaped from Azkaban, which is like the prison for dark wizards, and is out to kill Harry. Harry's a bit older now. He's still unfortunately got to live with the Dursleys, his vile family. And of course, it's not just them; their relatives are just as bad. You know, Vernon's sister is just terrible. Of course, Harry loses it and doesn't need a wand to harm her. He just completely like snaps her. How old she's talking about his parents. She gets fed to a big balloon. Harry decides to just run away because he's had enough and ends up back at Hogwarts. Again, I won't mention the book. The book just goes into a bit more detail on how Harry is free to go back to his aunt and uncle's the next year, as long as they don't go at Christmas. But yeah, the film doesn't do that. He just leaves. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to be at his families anymore. And, you know, he knows he's going to have to go back next year. He just wants to get out there. And yeah, that's what he does. So you've got new things like Hagrid is the teacher of the magical like animals, basically the Fantastic Beasts class. So yeah, that's his job, which is cool. We've got a really cool creature called a hippogriff, and yeah, they changed the book. I'm pretty sure that used to always be on the cover of the third one, but in this print they've adjusted it. But yeah, it's quite a cool little creature. You know, nice and dangerous looking, but quite friendly. Of course, Draco Malfoy is a complete idiot, gets himself attacked by it, and they, of course, with his dad's influence, they decide to have the Buck be executed. There's a great thing when Hermione gives Draco a good thump to the face, which is just awesome. And then, of course, you think like Draco's obviously got influence, but when he like runs off like a little whip that he's, you tell his friends, yeah, don't tell anyone about this. It's like, Jesus, I know they're his lackeys, but yeah, it's just some of the things Draco does. It's like in a real school, you'd never be respected for. It's like he's just such a suck up to teachers and stuff. It's like, yeah, I know it's like in school, and you don't want to be that sort of person because people will hate you. And yeah, it's stuff he does, no matter how like popular his dad is. Yeah, you should at least be laughed at a bit by some of his followers. Yeah, it always seems a bit bizarre that. And yeah, you got your other things in there. The major things that happen. So yeah, you need a Defense Against Dark Arts teacher, Remus Lupin, who's absolutely the best like adult in the show in the series. He teaches Harry the Patronus, which is, use this here. Basically, that spell he's doing casts a giant white light, and if you're strong enough with magic, it takes the form of an animal, and it just scares away these Dementors. Are just like, oh my god, they're the worst things. I think the Nazgul and Lord of the Rings makes it they can like float around and don't ride on horses. All those are horrific, like flying creatures. But yeah, they're just the worst. They can imagine what they look like under the hoods. And yeah, they're there patrolling the school to get Sirius, and if he sneaks in, and of course they just run wild. You know, during a Quidditch game, they put Harry into a coma because of course they bring out your worst memories, and Harry dissociates. Yeah, one of his lessons is dealing with boggarts, which take the form of your fears, and for him it's not Voldemort, it's the Dementors, because that's how much of like the horrible effect, impression they leave on you. So yeah, the film's all about Harry I suppose only him overcoming his fears. You've got stuff like that going on. You've got the other things as well, like Harry can't go to Hogsmeade, which is basically the new place to go, which obviously sucks because I remember in year 10 we got to be the first year 10s who could leave the school grounds for like lunch, and yeah, the amount of trips to Tesco we did, which in Buckingham was like 5-minute walk away. I could only imagine being not being able to do that. That would be at that age that would have been terrible, and that's basically what this is. Hogsmeade is just this great place for like shops and stuff, and yeah, Harry doesn't get to go because a guardian has to sign a permission slip, and Vernon Dursley was his guardian, who might have signed this permission slip, except the issue of his sister, so that didn't happen. And yeah, Harry, of course, tries to sneak in there and discovers that Sirius Black murdered his parents, then killed their best friend Peter Pettigrew, and then fled but got caught. And it's all basically leading towards the ending where you find out that Sirius was actually innocent. It was Peter Pettigrew who had done all those things. He basically turned Harry's parents in because he just fell in with Voldemort's power. Betrayed them and then killed a bunch of innocent people and cut his finger off, so it looked like that was all that left of him before he disappeared. And then Sirius took the blame and got thrown in Azkaban for years. It's pretty grim stuff. And yeah, Harry finds out that that's what the truth is, except Severus Snape doesn't believe it. Gosh, you think, Jesus, man, just get over what happened. Severus Snape is a very unhappy, miserable person, but yeah, the way he's willing to let Sirius go to prison again, whereas the Dementors will suck his soul out just because of how his dad, who was a complete dick in school, to him treated him with Sirius as his right hand man. But yeah, there's some dodgy stuff in there. Severus Snape keeps doing bad things and doesn't get punished. And yeah, it's just some good special effects. The werewolf scene when Remus turns out to be a werewolf, he transforms into it, but he hasn't taken his potion, so he's basically it's just so cool. It's like everything's gonna be alright. They catch Peter Pettigrew, so he's been Ron's rat for 14 years. They're gonna turn him in. Sirius is gonna allow Harry to live with him because he has to live in a place where he can be a place that he can call home. And of course, it all goes wrong. The moon comes out. Runa turns into a werewolf, and it all completely goes wrong. But yeah, they use time travel. Hermione's been randomly appearing in lessons. She wasn't there. He just literally appears while they're Ron's talking. It's how do you get there? So yeah, she ends up using a time tuner, which she's been using just to go to more classes. I swear no school would, even with that sort of power, would allow that just so you can do more lessons. Come on. But yeah, they basically save Buckbeak and help him escape so he doesn't get executed, and then they save Sirius, who leaves with Buckbeak. And yeah, it's quite sad because Harry obviously thought he could live with him, and the person who all the truth would come out, but no, Peter Pettigrew just disappeared. Obviously, it's go back to Voldemort, and it's quite a sad ending. But yeah, that's kind of it. But the main thing I like about this is the tone. I'll say this about the previous two: it's very faithful to book. This third one's pretty faithful. It does start cutting things like a lot of Quidditch, which is really annoying. And especially, I'm sure in the book, Quidditch is one of Harry's happy memories that has to effectively be sacrificed in the film. But yeah, it's not too terrible. I've always found this to be my favourite film. It's just the change. 1 and 2 are quite family friendly, somewhat full of wonder. Yeah, there's dark stuff like basilisks and dark wizards with other dark wizards on the back of their heads, for example. But it always felt more light-hearted and something you could watch with a young people in your family. 3 kind of gets rid of that. It's a totally new director. I think Alfonso Cuarón, I think it is, and it just feels different. And yeah, I think it really, really benefits. It shows that Harry Potter is very adult. It's aimed at not children, but I say families, all ages. And yeah, the way 3 is, it's just this grim, oppressive feeling, when the Dementor comes onto the train, and how it's just so dark and miserable. Stuff like the forest scene with all Dementors flying around after Sirius and Harry. It's just the tone of 3. And it would continue with 4 onwards, but I thought 3 was the first one to really change that, yet still feel like Harry Potter. And yeah, really loved it. It's always been my favourite film. Not my favourite book. As I was talking about this the other day, I actually cannot remember what my favourite book is, just because of... book 7's always been my favourite. I just can't remember what the other next favourites are. Is it the second favourite? Is it 4? Is it 6? Is it 3? Is it 1? It's not. But yeah, I can never really place that. Not about a reread, which I'm planning on doing soon enough. But hell, I would have been reading them last year, but book 3, it's 400 pages, not actually that bad. It doesn't look too... It just looks a lot bigger than it is, but while I'm reading a 19-book Star Wars series at the same time, yeah, I kind of can't read a massive book in the meantime, but I'll get there eventually and I'll work out what my favourites are. But yeah, not my favourite book, but definitely up there, but definitely a favourite film. And a lot of other people would agree. Yeah, it sucks how much they sacrificed from like taking things out, butterfly effect, things being cut from the books, not making it into the films. But overall, it doesn't hurt the movie that much, and yeah, we enjoyed it. So what did I say in the previous ones then? So the previous ones, I'm pretty sure I said film-wise, yeah, part 1 was a 7 and part 2 was an 8. This is absolutely a 10, no doubt. I mean, it's the favourite film, of course, it's going to be a 10. Yeah, I'm sure his down scenes a pretty cool YouTuber, Sean Chandler, who actually does a lot of cool editing. I don't bother with any of that, not until I got much more subscribers, and then maybe I'll re-edit all these, re-release them, who knows. But yeah, he basically puts his score on, and I'm pretty sure he tracks them like with each one, so I should probably do the same thing. But yeah, definitely the best film, and yeah, a lot of other people say the same thing. Okay, so that is it. Unlike my other ones, I'm trying to keep these uploaded every Saturday because I'm still going with 2 films a weekend. Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Monday, like with the Critters film I watched yesterday. But yeah, while there are still 5 more Harry Potter films, it's highly likely I'll be watching one every week. So yeah, every week, every Saturday, I'm getting more Harry Potter videos up for my basically film Saturday. So yeah, it won't be long till you see this. But as I read this right now on the, was it the 17th of, is it 17th of May today? Or whatever day it is. Basically, yeah, tomorrow is another Star Wars book, and then the following Saturday is the second one. So yeah, film free review will be up as I'm recording this next Saturday. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you next time.